All right, guys, we are starting chapter 6 today. This is the first thing you'll do in Algebra 1B next year. So I want you to try to get this really well so that you start next year with this is so easy. I've done this before. I've got it. Because this chapter 6 can be a challenging one. So we break it down very broad. I do 6-1 notes, and then we do 2 review worksheets, and then we take a quiz just on 6-1. And then we do 6-2 notes, and we break it down piece by piece by piece to try to keep it as doable as possible, okay? So we are going to be solving what are called systems of equations by graphing, okay? So today we're doing graphing. 6-2 we'll do substitution, and 6-3 we'll do elimination. So they're all ways to solve a system. So the first thing you need to know is, what is a system? A system of linear equations is 2 or more linear equations. So equations of a line, okay? If you look down here, this would be a system. It's 2 lines. The solution to that system is where those 2 lines meet, right here. So a solution of a system of linear equations is any ordered pair. So that's an x value and a y value, right? It's just a point. Any point that makes all the equations in the system true. Okay, so any point that would work in the 2 equations that we're going to be working with makes it a solution. Okay, so we're looking for a point of intersection as our solution most of the time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to graph these equations for you, and then we're going to see what the solution would be from those equations. So we're going to start with the red one by graphing it, and this you know how to do. Okay, remember, you have a y-intercept of 2, so we're going to go up 2 and plot a point there. And then you have a slope, which is not shown there, but it's as if there's a number 1 there, right? So a slope of 1 means from this point you're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So that's going to be your first line. I will try to make these as straight as possible here. They might not line up quite perfectly. The more perfectly you can do these, the easier it is, because you'll see your answers kind of depend on, did you draw the lines straight or not. Okay, then we're going to graph the second one. And for this one, our y-intercept is -2, so we go down 2. And then our slope is 3, which means we're going up 3 over 1. So up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And what you notice is those hit at the exact same point. Let's see if I can get a straight line for you here. So the point that they hit at, that is our answer, where they intersect. So our answer is going to be 2, 4. Okay, that's the solution to our system. And that is what you're going to be doing in this lesson. You're graphing 2 lines, and then you're seeing where they meet. And wherever they meet, that's your answer. Okay, let's try another one. So this one, it says, what is the solution of the system? Use a graph. So again, I'm going to do my red in red. So we start with a y-intercept of 4. So I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be this point. And then the slope is -2. Remember, that means you go down 2 to the right 1. So we're going to go down 2 to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. And I would just keep going with a lot of them. And if you want to keep going in the other direction, you can do that as well. And then you can draw that line in. My ruler doesn't like to lay out real nice, so we'll see if it stays put. Ooh, not a great line. My blue line then, so this one, we have a y-intercept of 2. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then our slope is -1. So down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And you can see that our points hit in exactly the same spot right here. Okay, so that means my solution is the point 2, 0. Okay, that's your answer to the question. The graph gets you there, but the answer is the point that they meet at. Okay, so make sure that you write that point down. Okay, so we just said your answer is a point, but sometimes it isn't going to be a point. So there's 3 scenarios here for solutions to a system. One is you could have one solution, and that's when we get our point. So that's this right here. Right? If 2 lines intersect at exactly that point, then that point is our answer. But sometimes you will have infinitely many solutions. And when that happens, it's because the 2 lines that you drew were exactly the same. So if you get the same line where there's total overlap for both of them, you would say infinitely many. Okay? And then the last one is when there's no solution. And no solution just means they're never going to touch. So that would be parallel lines, right? So if you have 2 lines that look like this that are never going to intersect, we would say there is no solution. Okay? So we're going to keep going. We're going to graph 2 more problems here and see what we get. Okay? Now, if you recall, this looks a little different, right? This isn't slope-intercept form. This is point-slope form. And with point-slope form, that's the one where you write 2 different equations. So we would write 2y equals 2 and -x equals 2 and solve those. So divide by 2, divide by 2, so y is 1. This one, divide by -1 to get that negative out of there. And we would get x equals -2. So we're actually going to plot our intercepts. My x-intercept is -2, so I'm going to go 2 to the left and put that point there. And then my y-intercept is 1, so I'm going to go up 1 from 0, 0 and put it there. And then that's going to give me my graph. Now, if you notice, if I start at the left point and go to the right, I went up 1 over 2. So I would just keep that slope going, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, or you can go down 1 over 2 just to keep your line lined up here. So our graph would look something like this. Okay, so that's our blue line. And then our red line, we have y equals 1/2 x plus 1. So we're going to go up 1. Do you see your answer already? From there, we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. What happens is those 2 lines are the exact same line. Okay, do you remember what that solution was when they are the same line? That is infinitely many because every set of points will work here. So your solution is infinitely many. Okay. All right, next one. Let's say we have y equals 2x plus 2. So if we're going to graph this, we're going to go up 2, y-intercept of 2, and then the slope is 2 over 1. So we're going up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So one of our equations looks like this. If I can get my ruler to line up like we want. Okay, so that's my red line. My blue line, we're going down 1 for the y-intercept, and then it's up 2 over 1 again. So up 2 over 1. Notice it's the same slope, but it's a different y-intercept, which means our lines, if they have the same slope, do you remember? What does that mean? It means they're parallel, right? So are those lines ever going to hit? The answer is no. So that means we have no solution for that type of problem. Okay, so anytime you see parallel lines, it's no solution. Anytime you see the same two lines, it's infinitely many. If they just intersect like this at one point, then that one point will be your answer. Okay, so that is 6-1.